Hi UNB students, my name is Barry. I'm one of the librarians here at UNB, and in a moment I'm going to show you how to best find research materials for your research assignments. But before I did, I wanted to say a couple of things. So I wanted to point out first of all that the library, even though you're going to be using us differently than in the past, we are not closed. You'll be using us differently physically as a place to study than in the past, but when it comes to doing research and finding research material, we are certainly not closed at all. So the library for a long time has been largely digital, even though we're also a huge print resource. We have over 1 million volumes in the paper collections at UNB Libraries, but we have way more than that in terms of electronic articles, ebooks, and digital reports and data. And in 2020, the world of research data and research publications, anything related to, in any way related to COVID-19, there's been an explosion of scientific information that has been happening around the world. It's actually a very exciting time to be a researcher. So I'm going to show you how to dig down to find that. So I'm here in the woods, surrounded by trees and roots, and I'm using this year the analogy of digging to the roots for doing research. So to find published research, you don't have to look very far in social media or online to see that there's a lot of misinformation related, related to everything, but certainly related to COVID-19. So is wearing a mask effective? Is it not? Who knows? People disagree. That's what you see when you're at the surface of information. But there's actually a lot of solid scientific information if you go digging for it on that topic and every topic. So great scientific information, social science and humanities-based information that you can find as well. So I'm going to show you how to dig into our databases to do that. It's not quite as simple as doing a quick Google search, but it's not that much more difficult. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment. And also show you how to get access to me and my colleagues for research help. So we are around for research help through Teams and email as well. And I'll end off by just pointing out that I hope you are able to take advantage of some of the silver linings that are in COVID-19. One of them for me is to be spending more time outside. And as a researcher as well. So take advantage of the fact that there is an explosion of research material that's coming out around the world that is very exciting. I think it's a very exciting time to be a researcher. I almost wish I was a student again myself. So with that, I'll sign off, and in a moment here I'll show you on Teams on my computer how to best dig down to the roots of the research material that's available to you. Okay, bye for now. Okay, so I'm here in my home office, and as promised, I'm going to show you how to begin finding things and how to also contact myself. So I'm just going to share my screen with you here. If you bear with me for a moment. So now you should be seeing the library's homepage, which is lib.unb.ca. And there's 3 ways to find things through the library. The first way is the search box that appears right here. You're searching something called UNB WorldCat. It allows you to find all of our paper books, our electronic books, and our a selection, and that's an important point, just a selection of our research journal articles. So the search I've done here, you can see we see a couple print books, and then you see an ebook, and the ebook, you can view it, just click to view. The paper books, you can request to have access to them. Our stacks are closed for the time being. So that's the first way, UNB WorldCat right there. The second way is hiding here towards the bottom of your screen in the research by subject section. So I'm going to go into sociology. I am the librarian for sociology, philosophy, and then I'm also the teaching librarian for undergraduate classes in the sciences and forestry. So I'm going to go into one of my areas, sociology. That's why you see my contact info and my photo on the page. So there's 4 general things you see on this page, this sociology guide, and all the guides for all the subjects. The first page looks similar to this one. So you can see how to contact me there on the right. Towards the bottom, you see what I like to call Wikipedia alternatives. So things like the Encyclopedia of Sociology, those are not articles that for the most part you're going to be citing, even though they're academic encyclopedia articles, they're very introductory. So they're for your own use. Towards the top, you then get the databases for finding the research journal articles. And in sociology, there are 2 main ones dedicated to sociology: sociological abstracts and social index. There's a few others as well. You can click to view all results if you want to, and see a whole bunch of other ones. Take note of Scopus. I'm going to say something about it in a moment. Just go back to the main screen here with the subset of them. Take note of Google Scholar. I'm going to say something about it in a moment too. So I'm going to go into one of the sociology databases. First time you do this, you do need to log in, and I will do a search, maybe offender. And it will quickly do a search. It's found nearly 12,000 results, and you can see that most of those are scholarly journal articles, and there would be a link to each one that may look like this. This one is actually a dissertation, which is fairly unusual. The other type of link would look like this one here, and this one is a journal article. So when you click a couple clicks away, you will get to the whole article, and there's a whole article right there. There's usually also a PDF edition of the article that you can go to as well. For sociology, as I said, there's 2 sociology databases. There's a fair bit of overlap between the 2. I'm going to do this one as well, Social Index, but first I'm going to add in another database that may be useful for my topic of female offenders, which is violence and abuse abstracts. So I'm now using both of those databases together. Do a quick female offenders search. And here again, you can see almost 9,000 articles to do with female offenders. Again, there's links out to them. Note that most of them are academic. So, but if you're not sure if it's actually academic or not, you can click to limit to scholarly. And then something else that you can do for each one, let's just say that this particular one here was something that we had read through a bit and we were going to make reference to it. When you click on the title, you have an option for cite, which allows you to choose the citation style, like say APA, and then you can copy and paste it right into your paper. Okay, so those are the 2 databases for sociology. The main ones, as I said, there's something called Scopus. Google Scholar, many of you are familiar with, and I'm going to show you a couple things about Google Scholar by going to my profile page. So the reason why I'm not suggesting that you start with Google Scholar is basically because it's too big, and this should illustrate that. So when it comes to people who have cited my own articles, Google Scholar has found 3 of the 4 or 5 articles that I have published that are peer-reviewed, and it says that they have been cited a total of 182 times. Kind of neat. If you go over to Scopus, so it's a database like the sociology databases, but it covers all subject areas, and it's particularly good in the natural sciences and applied sciences. And so in this case, it's found 2 of my 4 or 5 articles, but it has found my 2 most cited ones. But look here, it is saying that, Barry, you have only been cited by other authors 60 times. So 60 compared to 180, that's relevant because it shows you that Scopus is more selective. And what it does is it's showing you the best, generally speaking, the best articles that are citing your work. So if you do a search by topic, Google Scholar just gets you that group of best articles, but then a bunch of articles that are not the best articles. I use Google Scholar all the time, but often if I just want to quickly find a reference when I know an exact citation, so I know an article or a book chapter is out there, Google Scholar will help you find it. Okay, and so you can just go to Google and look up Google Scholar, and it will be right there for you to search. So that is the second way to find things, by going to the subject page and using those databases. The third way is just the detailed guide to sociology that appears here on the left. There you see a repeat of discussion of databases for finding articles, books, again, some more information like browsing shelves, finding government documents and theses, which are quasi-book sources. Reference sources, again, are mentioned, those encyclopedias, etc. And then I've also added something there under statistics. And so again, on the right-hand side, this is how you would contact me. The best way probably to contact me is by email. You can also book a virtual meeting if you choose to do so. So that's about it for me. I'm going to stop showing my screen and just say good luck with your research. Remember the whole concept of digging to the roots. I've got an example of some roots here growing in my home office. So good luck with your dig. Bye for now.